What's up, guys? Welcome to a little Diablo 4. So, I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4 lately. Right now, I'm working on my source. So, this is a season character. I started a lightning source, which is pretty good so far. So, what I'm rocking is like for my enhancements, I'm doing. Well, let me go over my skills first. Let me get off of this. I'm doing lightning spear, ice armor, teleport, unstable currents, spark, and lightning ball. So the idea of it is you got spark, which is a pretty decent first skill, mostly because like it increases the crit strike chance, and then you know ideally you're increasing your damage here with your core and mastery skills. You got your teleport here, which enhances your crackling energy when you pick it up. I still need some more of this. This has a chance to reset the cooldown of your defense skill, and I'm rocking teleport and ice armor, so that would be nice to reset those. Ice armor increases my mana regeneration, and when they hit me, when enemies hit me, there's a chance they become frozen. So that's pretty awesome. Increasing lucky hit chance, and then you have your lightning spear here, which is on cooldown instead of burning your mana, and you spawn it, and it basically just auto seeks out and electrocutes enemies, which is pretty awesome. Um, it also gains increased crit strike chance, and the more crackling energy I pick up, the stronger my lightning spear cast becomes, which is awesome. So the main focus of the build though is this ball lightning. So ball lightning is a cool skill because it gives you a damage rate increase based on attack speed. So you're stacking attack speed, and then every times it hits an enemy 4 times, it spawns a crackling energy. So it's like guaranteed crackling energy. I did have the legendary where it like spins around me, and I messed with it, but like I didn't like it. I like better throwing it. Uh, so then like your crit strike chance have a chance to spawn crackling energy. So you're stacking basically attack speed, lucky hit, and crit chance with this build. Uh, and every time I get crackling energy, like it gives me mana, it electrocutes enemies, it boosts my lightning spear. It's a huge bonus. And then you use your unstable currents. Whenever you proc this, you can just spam lightning, and it has a chance to, like your crackling energy continues to pulse, consumes no charges. It increases your attack speed, which increases the damage of your ball lightning, and then uh, it also spawns additional moves whenever you use your lightning skills, which is awesome because you can just flood the board with lightning. It's really fun. Um, your lightning skills have a chance to stun. I'm rocking this one. I was rocking this because like I had it where it was the legendary where it spins around me, and this does damage to close enemies, and you take less damage, and the bonuses stack. Uh, but like, I didn't like it because basically you have to run around the enemies and wait for the balls of lightning to hit, and then they're chasing you, so they don't like stand in the lightning things whenever they spawn, uh, which kind of blows. So I switched to this, and we'll see how it works. This is going to reduce the cooldown whenever my crackling energy shocks people, and it shocks an additional enemy. So we're looking at an additional enemy from that, and then 2 additional enemies after I teleport. So it's going to be shocking a lot of people, and we'll see how that works. And then combined with these, my enhancements, I'm rocking the ball lightning. So critical strikes have a 25% chance to spawn a ball of static lightning. So there should be little static balls that spawn everywhere that do damage to enemies walking close to them or standing in them. And then also absorbing crackling energy has a chance to conjure an additional lightning spear. So well, it's been working pretty well so far. I didn't like the legendary that it spins around me on, so I got a new staff. This one's for chain lightning, but like I'm not using chain lightning. I messed with chain lightning in the beginning and it seemed okay. but I'm really attached to like shooting those balls of lightning and then letting static balls and stuff spawn, and they automatically spawn me conjuring or crackling energy. So that's what I'm building. I'm building for that, and we'll see what else we come across. I just went ahead and equipped some of this stuff I randomly got, like this flame shield one. I'm not even using flame shield, but look at the gloves. The gloves rolled everything that I need, which is lucky hit, crit strike, attack speed, and intelligence. So it's a huge. I'll probably be rocking these until we get sacred gear, or around level 50-ish. I just need to go to the blacksmith and upgrade them, but I don't know if I have the materials just yet. Because, like, I started a lot of characters. Yeah, I'm one shy. Um, and I just recently started this one. I'll show you my characters and what I'm building. So that's this character. I'm building her, and I'm working on her. Uh, this also has a chance to reset my defensive skills. So like doubling those up and having a chance to reset my defensive skills with like these. So I'll have this and then also this. Taking direct damage has a chance to reset one of my defensive skills. So I'll constantly be able to keep teleporting and or using my ice armor as defense, which should work pretty well. I was up in the air whether I wanted to use frost armor or flame armor, because the flame armor is kind of nice. You become immune, gives you movement speed, and you can either heal or have mana cost reduction. But this also gives you mana regeneration, and there's a chance to make enemies frozen, which, if I have enough points left over, there may be some synergies here where I can stack. I don't know. The sorceress has a lot of passives. So there's these, which the barriers is nice. I might end up investing in those if I have chance. Uh, cold damage vulnerable enemies. Well, yeah. I really like cold sorceresses, but I already made one in the Eternal server. So, and my buddy's making a flame one, so I decided to play with lightning on this character just to mess around with it. What I need to do though, before I play her anymore, is I need to get on one of my other levels because I've got four, I think. One, two, three. Yeah, four seasonal characters. This one's just to farm hearts, because of that one thing. But I don't necessarily need it all that much anymore, so I just left her as is. Also, I was kind of tinkering with like the melee uh, type of rogue because I built a bow rogue, and the bow rogue is fun. I'm really enjoying the bow rogue. Um, on the Eternal server, I built a bleed barbarian. So for season, I decided to try to mess with something different. I wanted to use upheaval, but I ended up building Hammer of the Ancients, which is working pretty well. He just needs some gear and stuff at the moment. Same thing with my druid, but my druid's in a good place. Even though he needs gear, like he's slapping hard in Nightmare. So I may end up getting on him to farm, just level him up and farm gear. Or I could play my rogue. She's about ready to go to torment, to be honest. Like her damage is up there. But I could get on my bear druid. Bear druids are stupid strong and really, really easy and simple to build and create. They don't require many legendaries. They require just a couple. And you can basically just obliterate things. Look at his attack power. And I'm not even in full sacred. Like, I'm missing one, two, three, four. I'm missing five pieces of sacred gear, and he still slaps hard. So basically, all you're building with the bear druid is, I don't know. I should probably make these different videos, but I'll go over the bear druid another instance. But like you'll get the gist. Like when you start seeing me just slap stuff. I think I am gonna look for like maybe a hell tide. Ooh, here we are. There we are, son. Let's go do that. Because I need to farm some money. I'm low on money and I'm low on shards. So I need to do that so that I can play my source some more. And also I got to catch up to my buddy who's he's about 3 levels higher than me. On both my barb and my I started the game, we were playing barb together. I was playing my barb with his sorceress, which was working out pretty well. But then my barb came to a point where like I had to re-gear him, and he he needs some stuff now. He's in kind of an awkward place where he's not quite that strong. Like his attack power is probably only half my druid's, and he needs some stuff. My druid's in a good place to just farm. Like if I get upgrades, cool, but otherwise like he's good. Bear druids are just stupid easy and really, really OP. It's like if you want the easiest class in the game, I'd say Bear Druid because I've played almost all of them except for Necro, and I haven't really got a Sorceress up higher than 50, but I'd say by far Bear Druid is the way to go if you just want like the easiest class, because all you do is just stomp through everything. It requires minimal gear. It's very, very nice. Feels good. Just boom, and it all dies. And then if you alt, now the druids have this heart that whenever you alt, it sucks in enemies around you, which makes it even more OP. I'm like, God, I wish I had that on my barb. The only thing you have like that on your barb is if you're using whirlwind. So like, I wanted to switch to Hammer of the Ancients, but I have no way to suck enemies in like the druid does. He does essentially the same thing as this druid, except for the druid does it better. He fortifies harder. He can suck enemies in. He hits harder. He has less gear to mess with, so it costs less money. Just it's so broken. So easy. Druid needs a nerf. And like I don't want to see him nerf because I'm really enjoying it, but like if you wanted it to be fair and you didn't want druids to just be better barbs, well, they are. Sad to say, but this is essentially what my barb does, and the druid does it better. My barb is the one that leaps into combat and like smashes stuff, but like you get a bear druid and he's just like, yeah, I suck everybody in and just smash them and they die. Also, I have better fortify skills, so suck it, barb. My bleed barb though is a lot of fun. Just the build that I'm building where like I'm using like Hammer of the Ancients and I just want to like jump in and smash people. The druid does it way better. Druid gets better overpower skills too. It's easier to overpower. Like he gets automatic overpowers and stuff, whereas the Barb, if you want to overpower, it's kind of built around swapping weapons, which I don't really want to do. Like most of the time, I don't care to swap weapons. I just want to use a weapon. Like if I'm doing bleed, then I want to use my two-hand sword. If I'm doing, like they made the weapon specific to what kind of damage you're doing. So I don't see a build that's really good at doing the weapon swap thing, but I haven't tried to build it, so maybe there is one. I don't do like the Reddit thing where I look up people who've done the best builds or whatever. I kind of figure it out on my own based on the gear I get and the legendaries I find. I do need a new amulet, but it's going to be hard to replace this amulet. This amulet's good. The only skill I don't have that I really want to get back is my trample skill, but I don't know where I'm going to put it. I would basically have to sacrifice this for using a mace and a totem, and then I would have to put it probably on the totem slot. The nice part about the barb is it gets like 4 weapons and an amulet, so like you can really stack some legendaries on them, but at the same time, it doesn't matter because the Druid does everything better with only one. Like, my Druid was so easy to get to this point. My Barb he requires so much gear and work. Legendaries, re-rolling to do the exact same thing. Like, I don't even have to ult, really. With the Pulverize, when it sends out the Shockwave, the Pulverize travels so much further than my Barb's Hammer of the Ancients thing, too. So, like, he can just obliterate more easier. So I'm doing a Hammer of the Ancients build on my Barb. But I think next time, maybe season 2, I'm gonna try a kick barb because the punt is probably my favorite move in the whole game. Like by far, hands down, funnest move ever. There's nothing more satisfying than punting a whole group of enemies into a wall and watching them all explode. You're just like, yes. You get like that this is Sparta moment. And it's just epic. It's so fun. It's way more satisfying than even Pulverize. Pulverize is a blast though. Like obviously. It's fun to just be like BLAM and watch everything blow up. But there is something really satisfying about punting people. God, it's so easy. My Druid, like, at level 54, it feels like he's almost ready. Once I get full Sacred, I'll be like maybe 60. I'll be ready for Torment. Like, no problem. This is maybe the most OP character that I have. I thought my Rogue was good, my Bow Rogue, because I'll show you her in another game. Uh, she's got, like, I found the really good uniques for her. The only thing I'm missing is the one heart that you can get in Torment, and she's pretty awesome. Like she drops that rain of arrows, and it is a board wipe. Like it massacres everything. The downside, it has a high cooldown, but you can reduce that with the one ultimate or the one whatever it's called specialization. This new heart for druids is so broken. Look at it, just sucks everything in, and I smash it. So good. Don't worry, I got you. Just elites just melt. Do like 2 or 3 swings, I'm back to full stuff. Can pulverize twice. Boom, boom. Hey, stop that, you. Not nice. And finished. Very nice. Alright, we got like 120. What happened to that? Jewelry. Let's go back up here and try to get... I don't know if I should try to get an amulet. It's going to be hard to replace this amulet. Maybe not. Like if I get willpower damage and earth skill damage, I'd be in a good place. Or even physical damage. Because I think earth kills count as physical damage. So I'm not sure why. They decided to make so many different modifiers for basically essentially the same damage type. It kind of doesn't make sense. I do need an armor though. Let's open this chest. Chest armor. Sacred, please. Ooh, 2. My lucky day. Let's go back up here. See if I can't farm. The one thing my barb does do better though is like his basic skill slaps pretty hard, and I can attack way faster. But I mean, you don't really need it for the druid because basically you're using maul just to get your stuff back so that you can pulverize again, because pulverize is the only skill that matters. And you get this, which gives a shockwave, which I'm using the bare minimum. It's only 60%. Like once I get that to 100, that's going to be monstrous. And then you get uh, this, which makes it an earth skill, and it does a little bit of AoE damage, which does not matter. You just need it to be an earth skill for the passive bonuses so that like it can just blam and it just blasts people. The little bit of uh, DOT damage that it does is nothing. Unnecessary. All you do is blast nerds with it. It annihilates them on hit, so look at that. Just see my barb, it only creates a shockwave like around me. It doesn't fly outward like Upheaval does that, but Upheaval doesn't have a cool legendary thing that I've found so far that makes it viable like Hammer. And Hammer has a really cool thing, like it gives you damage based on the amount of fury you have when you use it. Oh my science. It just obliterates. It does so much damage. But basically it only does about the same damage as my Bear's Pulverize, which did not require as much effort to build, nor as many legendary aspects. This requires like 2 legendary aspects to do my barb build and make it hit this hard. Like, I had to have so many legendary aspects that buff damage. Bears are just like, yeah, it's just like freaking strong, yo. Somebody in Blizzard is a big Werebear fan, which, I mean, it's pretty cool, gotta admit. Werebear's so cool. It's OP. I do need a helmet. Give it to me. A sacred, thank you. It's starting to get a little bit better about dropping me sacreds. It was only dropping me legendaries there for a while. Blam! Blam! It's kind of satisfying. It's pretty fun, I have to say. The only downside is the barb has more mobility, like with leap. Leap is such a good barb skill. Oh, I'm going down to the same place I've been before. I need to get out of here. Oh, my science. The damage. Hello. It's a little buggy. Like you can dodge one way and use your pulverize, and it'll still pulverize behind you. Just kind of funny to watch. I don't know if anybody else has figured that out, but 'tis hilarious. I'll go ahead and show you my legendaries and stuff real quick. Like, I forgot. I'll show you what I'm rocking. So I'm rocking this based on primary resource increased damage. You need this based on fortify, more damage. You also need like that Devious Heart is the one that pulls them in. This one's really good for damage reduction, and also when you use a defensive skill like your Earth Shield, creates a little explosion, does some damage. Kind of unnecessary. I'm thinking about swapping that for something else. This one is a huge one. This is the one that you need both on the Barb and the Druid, which it sacrifices life to do increased damage, and the higher you can get that damage, the better, because it just slaps hard. I'd say this is one of the best hearts that exist so far. I'm rocking some Earth and Bulwark. Uh, Earth skills gain 2 ranks with Fortify. You got your Pulverize skill. Um, your other Pulverize skill over here. You got the Poison Creeper. Basically increases your landslide. It does landslide and it increases damage. Hold on. Hey, I'm talking to the people. Do you mind? Where you going? You get a barrier here because I was using like the barrier bonus buff as well, the increased barrier damage, but I ran out of slots. Essentially, like even if I had like a one-hand weapon and a totem here and I used the barrier one also, it would still only be 40% together because both of them would be 20 and I would have to have the barrier active as well. It's easier to maintain like how much spirit I'm using to get the maximum bonus than even fortify because fortify you're always taking damage. So I found this is the best one. If you're looking for the most consistent buff, although I'd say probably even the barrier one, if you can keep up a constant barrier somehow. Like this only activates once every 30 seconds. Hey, you guys mind? It's so fun. But uh, yeah, one of the only things I need is maybe to replace this ring with a ring with something else. I don't know. I'll try to find something with a better heart to use, and then I need to get that pulverize up to 100%. And essentially, like, this build's good. All I need, like, when I upgrade these to sacred gear, I'm just gonna get higher damage percentages and higher stats. So I just melt bosses and stuff. Like he was nothing. This is insane. Dead. Good night, sweet prince. Bear Druid OP, yo. Is this thing still recording? What the frick? I don't know if my recording software froze up or what. Let me go back to town real quick. Hopefully it recorded. I'm going to go ahead and pause the episode here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.